See, we are all pleased. This roundtable conference is taking place in a campus of Dr. Vishwanath Karad, World Peace University. It's very important that it is taking place in a so-called private university. Several private universities are emerging. We have, I don't know, I lost the count, 1,500 universities now. This cross 1,000 universities, 1,500 significant private universities. Not 1,500 universities. Out of the, there are public universities. We are all familiar with them. They are indeed world-class universities, IITs and ISERs, and in biology field, medical field. So many universities we have created in a very short time. First universities like Tashkeshila was created long time back. First university of the which can be termed as a university was created in India, this great nation. Then we talk of so many other universities, and Nalanda prominently. Nalanda emerged. And this was a model for many other universities around the same time later. But time elapsed. Then we talk about the great Gurukul system which thrived during the Vedic times. We had so many Gurukuls during the Vedic times and later. And until recently, but I think the same Gurukul system also today thrives in a different context of, I think, the research we carry out. There is a guru and there are so many disciples, PhD students. And today many universities are thriving, coming up. Today we are talking about the future of India. There is a clear statement we are trying to make as we traverse the later part of the reaching to 2047, where the clear goal has been set out that we have to transform this nation into a really, what you call, Vikasit, not only advancing nation. I will not say it's not developing, a advancing nation. And is that dream coming true? Here we must, I think, completely dissolve the barriers of one thing we must do, the new policy must emerge, is to dissolve the barriers, artificial barriers between private, public, government, and all that. We must look at ourselves as one nation, one approach. I would say that the boundary between foreign universities and Indian universities should also vanish, because more and more, I think there will be a collaborative university framework everywhere. More and more. So, this is the message of that, and as somebody rightly said, that the path is great universities, one path. Great universities and great research great innovations, given to several startups. Barrier between the industry and academia must also vanish. And this model has to be set up. This conference I see in MIT, World Peace University, as a path-finding model. We are trying to find a path, which way to go. First thing is that new education policy, which we said that we will set up a huge R&D, significant R&D fund, and this will fund both private and public universities. And that model has been worked out. You have to compete both private and public universities simultaneously. I would say you must cooperate, collaborate with each other, both private and public universities, and work out a model. Gone are the days of, I think, making that distinction between. We must cooperate and create excellence in whatever we do, and create a new model for our university developments. Startups, we have created history in the world in terms of number of startups we are creating outside India and also now in India. Industry collaboration has to increase with the industry as India emerges from them. I would like to take a positive. I see that India, the great nation, Bharat, emerging as the fifth largest economy and the third largest economy, and we are also talking about it was the second largest economy of the world. In this context, we must set the direction for the universities. How this is going to happen? This is happening as we see our progression. Can we, in that progression, can we see universities? What kind of universities we have to create? Professor, my dear friend and my guide, Professor Vishwanath gave a different angle to it. We have to take the holistic view of the education, where science and spirituality, they converge together for the ascent of humanity. There's a larger goal is the ascent of humanity itself. We cannot have only one-dimensional progress. We have to bring the abiding peace to the world, which I think the great conflicts which are going today and increasing by the day. So these two disciplines, and we have the pathway shown by Swami Vivekananda, and this dimension also is equally important. So we must create, I think we must agree to create, we are assembled here to create and have open dialogue to create, to nurture the great universities of the future, keeping the mind, very mind that the very first universities were created here. Is it possible? Will this goal be realized? Great universities of the world, I'm not saying only in India, the game is really international, worldwide collaborations with the universities. Not only we should develop, but the whole world also should develop, but we can establish some good models here. Another thing I want to say is that there are several opportunities of the new education policy or national education policy. We talk about that very liberal education. We must develop liberal education. Gone are the distinctions between science, technology, sociology, humanities, and other branches which are the arts. They are equally important. I must nurture the talent that is within me. The talent, the innate talent which has been given to me. Whatever I like, I nurture, I collaborate with science. The differences are vanishing now. If you look at the new fields in arts, they are technologies. They are advancing technologies where these collaborate together to create new hues. At one time, I really felt very sorry that I don't understand as an engineer. I don't understand biology. And then I found that within the Center for Development of Advanced Computing, which we started, that the center has the maximum number of engineers studying there are biologists. You must have, Professor, you must have, we all are experiencing this kind of things. So these boundaries are completely vanishing. And we have to keep that in view also. When I look at the emerging opportunities before us, opportunities, and the world is a platform. No more we think of only India as a nation. The whole world is a platform. Because many of our good students are abroad, also come. They are coming back, but that is the context we have to nurture. And that nurturing, Rahul has been talking about it, that we must find out a mode of collaboration of universities, both public and private. We have grand infrastructure. They must be open for private universities as well. How we can collaborate? But that by law it's open, but we are not able to practice it. How can we have a collaboration of projects between private and public universities? Also, we have to think of and establish very good models of collaboration, both competition and cooperation. This model will lead to, indeed, I think we are talking about I think really advancing India by 2047. Time is short, 25 years. But the way the country is developing, we may believe or not believe, we may criticize ourselves, but India is developing into a very top university, top nation of the world, direction finding, by establishing friendship across the world. We are talking about. Lastly, as Professor Karat said, that finally most of the very thing is that we say that the question of God, and there are a lot of diverse opinion on this factor. From God is not there, that there is only one God, and all kind of things. This question must be laid to rest. This question which is bothering all of us. First, we must define what is God. And there is one very wonderful definition of God, that is the Vedic definition, that Tattvamasi. God is within you. I am God. My consciousness is God. Prajnanam Brahma. That lays to rest all questions, the Veda Vakyas, Mahavakyas. And who is God? I am God. You are God. My consciousness is God. I am Atma, Brahma. Prajnanam Brahma. That very consciousness, or what Professor Karat talked about, we are. Once that is understood, consciousness, my consciousness, that is Brahma, that is God. Once that is understood, let there be debates on this issue. Let us understand this very word or very sentence really very well and enlighten ourselves. Then universities will be truly what we're supposed to be, what Buddha said, that truly enlightened, centers of enlightenment. I don't want to say more on this further. I want this conference, I wish the conference, or the really, which is the first of its kind anyway, thing, let great minds come together, discuss openly, criticize openly, let us be open on that framework, and really end up with great positive collaboration across private, public, and hundreds of universities, 1,500 universities, which will be established in a very short time. And that will create really an advanced India. That is the dream. Thank you very much.